Chioma's last hope. Get out. You have brought shame to this family. Chioma's father shouted, throwing her small bag on the ground. She stood in front of the gate, tears running down her face. Her hands held her big belly. She was 18, pregnant, and now homeless. She looked around. No one came to help. Neighbors watched from their windows, whispering. Chioma remembered what someone once said. If you are pregnant and in trouble, go to Auntie Grace's house. She helps girls like you. Chioma wiped her tears and started walking. Her legs hurt, her back ached, and the sun was hot. But she kept going. She didn't know what else to do. After a long walk, she saw it, Auntie Grace's house. It was big, with high fences, bright flowers, and shiny cars. It looked more like a hotel than a home. She knocked on the gate, weak and scared. A woman in a clean dress opened the gate. What do you want? She asked. Please. I'm pregnant. I have nowhere to go. The woman looked at her for a moment, then called someone. Soon, a well-dressed woman came out. She had gold rings on her fingers and a calm smile. You must be tired, my daughter, she said, hugging Chioma. Come in. You are safe here. No one will judge you. Chioma felt some hope again. Maybe this place was a second chance. But that night, something strange happened. Chioma was lying in bed, trying to sleep. Then she heard it. A baby crying. The sound was soft at first, then louder. Then, all of a sudden, silence. Her heart beat fast. Something didn't feel right. The next morning, Chioma went to eat with the other girls. But she noticed something strange. 3 girls were missing. The rest looked scared and didn't talk much. The nurse, Sister Nkechi, kept looking at her belly. Chioma asked, Where is Bola? I saw her yesterday. Sister Nkechi smiled strangely. Her aunt came to take her. It was sudden. But when Chioma went to the bathroom, Bola's toothbrush was still there. That night, Chioma didn't sleep. She kept her eyes half open and listened. She heard car doors closing. Auntie Grace's voice saying, This one is healthy. 5 million. A baby crying softly, then quiet. Chioma got up and looked through the window. A man in a fine white agbada was carrying a baby away. The baby's hand dropped from the blanket. Chioma stepped back, shaking. The next day, Chioma acted friendly. She helped Sister Nkechi clean, shared her food, and talked nicely. Later that week, she sat beside her. You look tired today, Chioma said. Sister Nkechi sighed. This work, it's not what I thought. Chioma leaned closer. Maybe we can help each other. One evening, Sister Nkechi told her the truth. They sell the babies. After the mother gives birth, they lie and say the baby died. Rich men and politicians buy them. Chioma felt like the ground moved. She touched her belly. They won't take my baby. Later that day, she saw Auntie Grace whispering to a driver while looking at her stomach. Chioma knew she had to run. That night, she packed her things slowly. Her heart beat fast. She went to the door. But it opened before she could move. Auntie Grace stood there. Her kind smile was gone. Her eyes were cold. Going somewhere, my daughter? 2 big men stood behind her. The door shut. Chioma's legs felt weak. She was trapped. Chioma stood still. Her hands shook as she held her bag. Going somewhere, my daughter? Auntie Grace asked again. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were cold. Behind her, the 2 big men didn't speak. They only watched Chioma like dogs waiting to attack. I just wanted fresh air, Chioma lied, trying to smile. Auntie Grace stepped closer. You think I'm stupid, she whispered. Then she turned to the men. Take her bag. Search her room. Chioma's heart dropped. She had hidden a small phone in her bag. One of the girls gave it to her secretly. If they found it, everything was over. That night, they locked Chioma in a small room with no windows. Just one bed, a chair, and a weak yellow light. She sat on the floor, crying silently. God, please help me, she whispered. Don't let them take my baby. Then, a knock. The door opened slowly. Sister Nkechi came in, her face full of fear. They know you're planning something, she said in a low voice. Auntie Grace wants to move you tomorrow morning. Move me where? Chioma asked. Sister Nkechi looked down. Somewhere far, where no one asks questions. Chioma held Sister Nkechi's hand. Please, help me escape. The nurse looked at the door, then back at Chioma. I will help you. But you must leave tonight. Once Auntie Grace moves you, I can't do anything. How? Chioma asked, scared but ready. There's a small back door near the kitchen. I'll leave it open at 2 a.m. But if they catch you, they might kill you. Chioma nodded. She didn't care. She would rather die than lose her baby. At 2 a.m., Chioma took a deep breath and opened the door of her room. The hallway was quiet. She moved slowly, holding her belly. Her heart was loud in her chest. She passed the girls' rooms. Some were crying in their sleep. One girl whispered, God help us. She reached the kitchen. The back door was slightly open, just like Sister Nkechi promised. She stepped outside. The cold air hit her face. She was almost free. Then, she heard footsteps behind her. Stop right there. Chioma ran. Her feet hit the ground hard, her bag shaking on her shoulder. She didn't stop to look back. Catch her, a man shouted. She heard heavy footsteps behind her. The night was dark. No moon, no stars. Just cold wind and fear. She ran past bushes, her slippers almost falling off. Branches scratched her skin. But she didn't care. She had to run. She had to leave. After a few minutes, she saw an old fence and jumped over it. Her belly hurt, but she kept moving. She hid behind a small tree. Her breath was loud. She covered her mouth, trying to stay quiet. The two men ran past the tree. They didn't see her. She went that way, one said, pointing ahead. Chioma stayed still until their voices faded. Her heart beat fast. She wanted to scream, but she didn't. She waited a few more minutes, then stood up. Chioma looked around. It was very dark. She didn't know where she was. She had no phone, no money, no food. Her legs were tired. Her body was weak. But she kept walking. After a while, she saw a small shop. It was closed, but there was a bench outside. She sat down, holding her belly. Tears ran down her face. God, please, don't let them find me, she whispered. Then, she heard a noise. A small flashlight shone on her face. Who are you? A man asked. His voice was rough but not angry. Chioma froze. I'm just trying to rest, she said. The man looked at her belly. He frowned. You're pregnant. Are you alone? Chioma didn't answer. The man sighed. My wife just gave birth. We don't have much, but you can stay with us for the night. Chioma was scared. What if it was another trick? But she was too tired to run. She followed him slowly. The man led her to a small house with a zinc roof. Inside, a woman was rocking a baby. She looked surprised, then worried. The man said something to her in a low voice. The woman looked at Chioma and nodded. Come in, she said. You need rest. Chioma sat on the floor and cried. The woman gave her water. The baby in her arms made soft sounds. For the first time in days, Chioma felt a little safe. But deep down, she knew Auntie Grace wasn't done yet. Chioma woke up with a start. She looked around. For a moment, she forgot where she was. Then she saw the small zinc roof, the wooden chair, and the woman who had helped her last night. She was safe, for now. The woman, Mama Ada, smiled. You slept like a baby. Chioma sat up slowly, her back still hurting. Thank you, Ma, she said softly. Chioma looked around the small house. Something felt strange. There was no picture on the wall. No photos of Mama Ada and her husband. No baby things on the floor, even though the woman had a baby. And where was the baby now? Where's your child? Chioma asked. Mama Ada smiled. But the smile didn't reach her eyes. Sleeping, she said quickly. Don't worry. Chioma felt a chill run through her body. Later, when Mama Ada went outside to fetch water, Chioma walked around the house. She saw a small door that was locked with a chain. She placed her ear close to it. Nothing. No baby sounds. No crying. Just silence. She stepped back. Something wasn't right. Then she heard the man's voice outside. He was on the phone. Yes, we found one. Fresh. Pregnant. No noise so far. Chioma froze. Was he talking about her? Too many lies. That evening, Mama Eddie gave her food. Eat, my dear. You need your strength. Chioma looked at the food. Her hands shook. She didn't trust them anymore. You said you had a baby, she whispered. But I haven't heard the baby cry once. Mama Eda's face changed. Her smile faded. She dropped the spoon and stared at Chioma. You ask too many questions, she said coldly. Just then, her husband walked in and locked the door behind him. Chioma stood up fast. Her heart beat fast. I want to leave, she said. The man laughed. Viv. You think this is a hotel? He moved closer. Chioma grabbed her bag and ran to the back door. But it was locked. You're not going anywhere, Mama Eda said. Chioma backed into a corner. Her hands held her belly tight. She had run from Auntie Grace, only to enter another trap. Chioma sat in the corner, shaking. Mama Eda and her husband stood by the locked door. The air in the room felt heavy, like something bad was about to happen. Why are you doing this? Chioma asked, her voice weak. Mama Eda didn't answer. Her husband picked up the keys. You'll see what happens to stubborn girls, he said. He unlocked the small door slowly. Chioma held her breath. The door creaked open. Inside, the room was dark. Then Chioma saw it. A bed. Bloody bedsheets. A bag of used needles. And a small baby cot empty. She stepped back in horror. Where's the baby? She asked. Mama Eda laughed softly. Gone. Just like the others. Chioma gasped. You sell babies too? The man nodded. Rich people pay millions. We collect. You girls. You're just tools. Chioma's knees grew weak. She almost fell. You lied to me, she whispered. Mama Eda walked closer. We gave you food. Shelter. And now, you will give us what we want. Chioma backed away. She touched her belly. No. I won't let you take my baby. The man pulled out a rope. Tie her. We'll take her to the doctor tomorrow. Once the baby comes, she's useless. Chioma's eyes widened. God, please help me. Just then, bang. The front door flew open. It was Sister Nkechi. Behind her were two police officers. Don't move, one officer shouted. Mama Eda screamed and tried to run. The man raised his hands. We didn't do anything. But it was too late. The police pushed them to the ground and handcuffed them. Chioma dropped to her knees, crying. Sister Nkechi rushed to her side. I found the address on Auntie Gracie's table, she said. I knew she sent you here. Outside, a police car waited. The officers led Mama Eda and her husband away. Chioma sat in the back seat, holding her belly, breathing hard. She had escaped 2 houses of evil. But her heart still beat fast. Where will I go now? She asked. Sister Nkechi held her hand. You'll stay with me. This time, you are truly safe.